Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews. We're here doing a duo review again. I already did a duo review. We're doing another duo review of Florida Man Double India Pale Ale from Cigar City Brewing of Tampa, Florida. And this is Isabel. My sister is joining today. She's not much of a beer drinker, but used to be.
I enjoy beer. I just don't drink it a lot anymore.
Cigar City Brewing. Okay, so
I like the can.
that's why you picked it.
I picked it based on can. But that's how I pick a lot of beers.
It's that's okay. It's a relatively fresh beer. I bought this at Rouse's, and they had a 12-pack for $16.99.
Is that good?
For craft beers, yeah. That's a pretty good price for, a variety. You get 4 different types to try. Why not? Now, if you bought something like Budweiser, it would be like $10.99 a 12-pack.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe $11.99 these days with prices going up. But
thanks, Jay. It's a good pour.
oh, thank you.
You want to cheers?
Yes, so there it is. They come in bottles too and draft, but we don't get but the cans here that I've noticed. Cheers to you. Okay, so, all right. This glass, only thing I drank out of this glass today was water, so I don't know why there's bubbles sticking to the side. Usually that's a sign that the glass isn't totally clean. The bubbles will stick to whatever matters on there. But I just drink water. This one, there's no bubbles sticking to the side. And you took this one, and we took this one just out the cabinet.
Yeah. Well, maybe just because you put water in it, any sort of a liquid.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe it's because the water's got
yeah, the water here might be funny or something. But off-white head, hazy. What color is that? Gold?
Yeah, I'm going to say gold.
All right.
Light orange.
Yeah.
Orangish.
Mm-hmm. Orange gold. Typical IPA color. India Pale Ale. You ever had India Pale Ales? Yes.
Pale ales, yes.
Not India Pale Ale.
No.
They're hoppier than regular Pale Ales. And this is a double IPA, so it's much stronger alcohol, a lot more hops, be a lot more. Well, this one's not too bitter, really. I found that their High was more bitter. So let's get the aroma. What do you smell?
For some reason I kind of smell pennies.
Pennies?
Is that weird?
I guess I'm sure the beer company didn't say let's make a beer that smells like pennies. But I've heard other people say that about beer. Smell like pennies, copper. Well, they're copper covered at least. I smell like pale malt, breadiness. My eyes are itching. Maybe there's something in the air.
I definitely
little
smell
fruit.
Wheat.
Yeah,
bread.
there's wheat in it. I think on the can it says wheat. This beer contains wheat. But it's mostly barley malt, water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. Now, it's 8.5% alcohol.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because Budweiser is 5%. That's your baseline. Everybody knows about Budweiser.
That's a very, very strong beer.
And the international bitterness units, IBUs, is 80. That's the level of bitterness.
I like bitterness.
Budweiser's about 12 IBUs or 10.
Wow.
And this is 80, so this is close to 100, which would be the ultimate bitterness.
I kind of smell orange in this.
Yeah, there's a little fruit, huh? Okay, well, here we go. Cheers to the world. This is my third time having it.
I like the bitterness of it. I taste that.
Remember that time we were hanging out at the
Urban
South?
Yeah,
Y'all were drinking. I think we were drinking the new IPA they had. Weren't you drinking that one that they were
My
into?
favorite is Charming Wit. That's them, right?
Wheat beer, yeah. White beer.
It's very light tasting to me. Like almost watery.
It's wheat beer. Wheat beers, you get that tap water flavor. So you like the bitterness?
I like the bitterness, but I'm saying like it almost tastes sort of watered down.
Oh, you find this one's watery?
Yeah.
Well, if you drank 2 cans, you'd realize it wasn't watery or watered down.
I don't know.
Alcohol.
You don't find that? To me, it almost tastes I hate to say it, but it kind of tastes flat.
I don't find it's flat. I just think it's kind of weedy, kind of full in the mouth, almost chewy like.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. It's not
Sweet,
very effervescent
fruity.
at all.
No, it's not too bubbly.
Kind of tastes, and I'm not trying to dog this beer, but it kind of tastes like it's sat out a little.
It's not old. It wasn't even
Like
2 months
flat.
ago. It wasn't even 2 months ago when it was canned. I always tell people, call it like you see it. You know, don't be political with a beer like, well, maybe. I asked my friend David off camera before. I was like, why'd you say that? He said, well, I didn't want to score it too low. People might get upset. I said, that ain't the way you review a beer.
I'm not
So
necessarily
you
saying
call
I'm
it
gonna.
like you see it.
I'm not necessarily saying I'm gonna score it low, but I mean for my taste, it just kind of tastes flat. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, it's not too prickly with carbonation. No, now that you mentioned it.
On the tip of my tongue, there's some carbonation.
Look, let me say this to the viewers. I like this beer and I gave it a very high score the first time I had it. The second time I still gave it a very high score. But I didn't find it was as good as the High Lie. The High Lie is more traditional, old style India Pale Ale. It's like you say, a lot more bubbly, it's thinner body, it's a lower alcohol beer. More bitter too, a lot more bitter. I don't care about the raw numbers. It's got a lower bitterness rating, but it's clearly bitter, more bitter when you taste it.
I'm kind of as bitter as you can get.
Yeah.
With
This one isn't. Well, then we ought to try Hop Stupid one day, which they claim is
One of my-
102 IBUs.
Really?
Like super bitter.
One
It
of
really
my
isn't.
favorite beers is that what is it? No Matter. It's a wheat beer.
I never had that.
Oh, it's got a car on the label.
From Trader Joe's?
I don't think it's from Trader Joe's. I don't know, but it's very, very almost like a flavored beer in a way. But that's how citrusy it is.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. So many of them are flavored. Oh, well, anyway, so kind of heavy bodied, semi-dry finish, I guess. Not super crisp, but like I said, semi-dry in my opinion. You're saying kind of flat though. Well, hey, I guess it is kind of flat.
I'm noticing that I'm getting the bubbles on the tip of my tongue, like right when you take a sip. But
Yeah.
it sort of dissipates.
It's not an old
quickly.
beer. It's less than 2 months old in a can. So
Do you find that you get the bubbles on the tip of your tongue, but they kind of dissipate?
Not really. I score beers A, B, C, D, F. A is excellent, B is good, C is fair, D is bad, and F, you can't drink it. It's undrinkable. You got to dump it out. So. And then I do a number scale, college grading scale. The A would be 90 to 100, B was 80 to 89, so on. And then anything below 60 is an F. You cannot drink it.
I mean, I think it tastes good. I'm not going to say it doesn't taste. I think it tastes good. My only complaint is that it tastes a little flat to me.
So it sounds like a B minus to me.
That's what I was going to say.
So marginally good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't probably pick this again.
So you say like an 81, 82, like what?
I'm going to say 85 is an A, right? Is 85 getting into the A range? That's still
College?
a B? 90 is an A.
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember. It's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't been in college for 20 years.
See, I always give an exact number because Michael Komaroff, one of my old-time viewers, I went to his house in Brooklyn one time, and he writes every score down in a notebook, so he's always saying, what exact score, though?
Yeah.
So he got me in the habit saying, don't just say A. Like, what kind of A?
Yeah. I mean, 85 would be B, and 86
Just a regular
would
B.
be B plus.
Well, B plus be more like 88, 89.
Okay.
Like you're almost to A.
I'm going
B
to
plus.
say, I'm going to give it like an 83.
Like just mid B, like B.
Yeah.
B.
A little bit lower than B.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the lower
In the lower
section, the lower half.
of B, yeah.
The lower half.
I don't
Okay,
think- I think it's good, but not great.
fair enough. I'm going to score it. I don't actually remember the numbers for the first two reviews, but I think they were going to be high. They're higher than what I'm going to give it today. I think I'm going to drop to 93 now. It is most excellent still, but you did point out the sort of flatness to it. My problem more is with that kind of full wheat beer taste, which I know these hazy IPAs, that's what they're supposed to be like, but I would just rather more full bore intensity, the full bore intensity of High Lie.
I'm gonna stick with my smells like copper.
Smell like pennies. Okay.
Smells like pennies. That was my first. That's what I tasted immediately. But then also after that, the citrusy smell, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm just doing a wrap up of my.
Yeah.
And then the flatness. That's what stands out the most to me.
Hey, well, still 83. 8.3 out of 10. It's not terrible, of course. So so she's saying B, and I'm saying A, B and A. All right. So I would average like an A minus anyway, 2 scores. So I'm gonna end this review by saying can you say it? Lazy Bon Ton
Relay.
Right. Lazy Bon Ton Relay. And y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.
To Robert.